Hi, this is Łukasz from the Blender Smoothie channel, and today I'm excited to show you my color science discoveries and quick tips for creating aesthetically pleasing lighting in Blender. It's been a while since I posted my last video, and that's because I've been working on some amazing projects. One of them, a generator of painting tutorials, made me explore the theory of light and color. If you stay until the end, you can win a subscription. Now, it's time to fire up Blender and let's get started. Take a look at these two renders. Which one do you like more? In my opinion, the one on the right. It's much more interesting. Both balls are white, so what's the secret? Let's compare the color values in the graphic program. Pay attention to the color picker. Here we have gray everywhere. In the second example, the subtle color changes. We have cold blue in the shadow, warm light, and interesting gradient in the midtones. Let's recreate that scene. Delete the default cube, then add a UV sphere, go to the side view, grab that sphere, move it a little bit, OK, shade it smooth, add a plane, scale it, go to the modifiers, add a subdivision modifier, OK, and I want it to be like this. It looks like a circle, and right now we have to also change our viewport shading to the render, and our render engine Eevee of course have really harsh shadows, so we have to choose cycles, and it looks better because the ball is illuminated by light reflected from the surface. And now it's time to discover the secret of lighting. Although Blender has a limited list of color spaces, one thing I really like to do is to paint my textures using OK Lab. It's a color space, and look at these beautiful color gradients. OK Lab, unlike RGB, is based on human perception of colors. So this gradient is nice for us to look at because it appears to be even in saturation and in brightness. Now I will save it to my hard drive and use it in Blender as an environment texture. Go to the Shading tab, select World Shader, and then add Shift+A, Texture Coordinate, Mapping Node, and Image Texture. Connect generated output to the vector input, vector output to the vector input, and color output to the color input. Our world is very pink because we haven't select image yet, so select the image and voila! It looks much better, but the texture is repeated right now a few times, so I will modify these settings of mapping node. The first thing I will change is scale, because if you set it quite high, then the pattern will be repeated many times. So to have one pattern wrapped around our scene, I will type 0.25, and now we have nice gradient. So another thing is to change the rotation. If I change the rotation, for example, in y-axis 90 degrees, it's now from the top to the bottom, but I want it to be slight angled. Okay, something like that. Yes. So as you can see, I have also a standard light, no here, because you can of course fill everything with environment texture, but it will be too flat in my opinion, so I prefer to have standard light 2 and just let this environment texture fill the shadows, fill and add a little bit tint, a little bit color. So as you can see, this is the look that you saw in the comparison, and this is the look I showed you in the thumbnail of this video. Another thing you can try is to use a color palette generator, either as an environment texture or using the shades from the opposite ends of the color wheel as light sources. This technique is often used by filmmakers to create a dramatic look. Here are some examples. I will use Adobe color wheel, select complementary colors, and choose, for example, the orange and blue complementary colors. Now I will copy the shade from that side, go to the blender and select my light. Here in the color I can just select hex and paste my color here. I will create another light source, grab it, add power and copy the second color, this is blue, and paste the hex value here. So right now I have this really dramatic look in my scene. Instead of the complementary colors, you can also use a triad like this, and the results will be also very interesting. And you know what else is interesting? Mixing real paint pigments. That's why the Kickstarter campaign for my new project has started. Painttu is a platform that allows you to create a tutorial to learn painting step by step from your own photos. Thanks to the lab color space and mixbox algorithm, it will teach you how to mix paints to achieve realistic colors. We will also help you transfer your sketch to the canvas and guide you step by step through the painting process. If this idea is exciting to you, please support my Kickstarter campaign. There are also 2 opportunities to win free subscription if the project is successfully founded. One is to share the post from my Painttu Facebook page, and the other, here on YouTube comment sections, is to write the hashtag Painttu and information what would you like to paint. I will choose the most creative ideas and announce the winners in one of the next videos. Thank you for watching, now go to thepainttu.com, subscribe and see you soon!